Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends, foes, every single member of the True Heel Nation, and all New Japan Pro Wrestling fans. This is your good brother, J News, with another edition of J News Japan. My apologies for that. And I'm coming to you, and I'm going to report today about Road to New Beginning. 3 shows that aired on February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of 2021 at Kurikan Hall in Japan. Folks, today might be a little bit longer than usual, so I want to give you guys the heads up. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna get really entrenched because I want folks to get entrenched and solidify the storylines of New Japan Pro Wrestling and what's going on behind the scenes and everything in between, because the little pockets of news here and there don't do it justice. So let's get the show on the road. February 1st, 2021, 557 fans in attendance at Kurikan Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Match number 1. Young Lion match, Yota Tsuji versus Gabriel Kidd, 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Boston Crab win for Yota Tsuji over Gabriel Kidd. This was Gabriel Kidd's comeback match after having time off, going to the States for whatever reason. Wasn't necessarily mentioned as to why Gabriel Kidd went to the States, being that he's from Nottingham. But I'm sure he probably shot some New Japan Strong episodes because he is actually part of the LA Dojo. They probably just wanted to bring another young lion into the mix, being that Alex Coughlin is still hurt, and they only have right now Clark Connors, Jet Knight, and the DKC. So probably adding Gabriel Kidd and probably filming I don't know how many episodes was probably good enough. That's me speculating, but it just makes the most sense. Gabe's been gone for I would say about a good month now. So it was cool to see him back. Very hard-hitting match. As per the usual between Yota Tsuji and Gabriel Kidd. Gabriel Kidd and Yota Tsuji are the two of the respective 3 young lions who have more of a high-pitched beef, to say the least. So they really go strong and hard at it when they match up one-on-one. Second match of the night, we had a 8-man tag. We had Master Wato, Sho, Tomoaki Hanma, and Kota Ibushi versus members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Sanada. 15 minutes and 14 seconds. These matches are always considered warm-ups, but as of the matches that commenced on February 1st, I would say that warm-up is the right word to use. It wasn't just these matches, these last three shows weren't just passive tag matches. You were able to see and get a good idea of what kind of matches you would see one-on-one between Master Wato and Bushi, which their special singles match is going to happen on February 10th. Sho and Hiromu, who have their main event match on February 10th. It's interesting because it's good to piggyback off of that Young Lion match that happened on February 1st when I'm about to mention right now. Tomoaki Hanma has had it out for Tetsuya Naito. They've been beefing. That beef has been brewing. But Naito's just not noticing Tomoaki Hanma. And Hanma wants a piece of Naito one-on-one. The reason as to why I brought up the Young Lions from the previous match is the following. Yota Tsuji, after winning his match, made some post-match comments. I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. I'm not used to watching the post-match comments when they air on YouTube, even though I get the notifications for them, just because of my daily schedule and stuff like that, whatever the case is. But I've taken more of the time now to pay attention to the post-match comments, get the captions up there that translates everything or whatever the case is, and it gets me more involved and more entrenched with the storylines. Yota Tsuji made a proposal to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Basic proposal stems that he he's gone at this in a very mathematical, business-oriented way because New Japan is a corporation, so they understand the numbers more than they do the feel from the wrestler. Yota Tsuji said, NewJapanWorld.com, the streaming service, has 110,000 subscribers. So he wants, and he pleaded with the New Japan heads who control the social media on Twitter, that if they were to post that particular promo of him saying that he wanted to face and challenge Tetsuya Naito one-on-one, and if he were to get 55,000 likes, that means half of the subscribership of New Japan World would have to give the Yota Tsuji promo video to challenge Naito those likes in order for Yota Tsuji to get that match versus Naito. And he basically told New Japan, post this video, let's make this match happen, let's see what we can do. Not to be one-upped, Gabriel Kidd came in after the match, after the loss, and he stated, at the moment, in Japanese commentary, Shingo Takagi was sitting at Japanese commentary, and Gabriel Kidd knows he has an opportunity to go into the New Japan Cup because he performed well in the New Japan Cup last year. He wants Shingo Takagi in the first round. He wants that match. So two young lions are calling out two of the very best in LIJ, and in their own specific ways. Gabriel Kidd did it in a very stern and intense fashion. Yota Tsuji more or less pleading with the company to help him make this match happen, trying to plead with them in a language that they would understand. And I bring all this up to wrap it around to this match, which took place, and the duration was 15 minutes and 14 seconds. The one-on-one trade-offs between the matches that have probably happened. Sho and Hiromu did well. Bushi and Wato look well. Wato is, for people who don't understand and haven't been watching as of late, since Wrestle Kingdom, since Wato has changed his ring coat and his ring attire, Master Wato is now on another level, folks. It might be a subtle change, but he's now taken the next step on his way to the Grand Master, and he's showing it in the ring. More fluidity, more intense with his strikes, and he's able to work well with the dudes who are higher on the pecking order in New Japan, and that's showing regardless of him taking losses in matches or not. So Tomoaki Hanma wants a pizza Tetsuya Naito. I'll re-engage in that for another one of the later shows that happened. And Kota Ibushi and Sanada not really doing too much damage to each other. The feel-out process, the warm-up process is going down between them two. And I feel like their match on February 11th is going to be on another level, even though Kota Ibushi stated in his post-match comments on February 3rd that he's already looking ahead. He's looking past Sanada. I, for one, as a Sanada fanboy, did not like that. Do not disrespect Sanada. That is not cool. I don't appreciate that, Ibushi. You're my main man too. But damn it, put respect on Sanada's name. That man deserves it. And I think we're going to get one of those 5 to 6 star matches that we've been prone to getting in the first couple of weeks in 2021. Match number 3, 6-man tag. We had Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada of the Chaos faction versus Bullet Club members Dick Togo, Yujiro Takahashi, and Evil. 10 minutes and 25 seconds. Tomohiro Ishii wins this match, hitting the vertical drop brain buster on Yujiro Takahashi for the finish. The most important part of this match wasn't what happened during the match. Not at all. I'm not even going to mention what happened during the match because it's not important. What happened after the match is basically what is the most important thing. Yes, I'm late. Yes, I understand it's been reported by every other wrestling internet site and magazine and whoever else and podcaster. But I'm J News of J News Japan. And I was right. Oh, I should have gone with my gut and I should have never trusted all those other wrestling websites. And I understand dudes want to be journalists And I understand dudes always want to be first to everything, and that's like the trend in social media. Being first, being first, being first. No, get your shit right. Jay White didn't go anywhere. Jay White, after this match, after the bell rung, after Tomohiro Ishii brain buster Takahashi came out of nowhere and attacked Tomohiro Ishii. Jay White went nowhere. He took a break. Probably went back home, chilled, put his feet up, got his rest for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and came back now with a vengeance. I want to specify what I read into his post-match commentary. First part, if you're not watching Jay White promos post-match, you're missing out on some of the best stuff in pro wrestling today. That's full stop. That's without question. And that's not me being a New Japan fanboy. Like, the emotion and the emotion and the connection that Jay White has to what it is that he's doing in New Japan, and his ability to be able to transfer it onto camera, onto TV, is basically like SP3 said during our last pay-per-view roundtable. The dude is he's shaping out to be like this tremendous actor in a sense, right? Because he's owning everything. Everything that he's saying is so believable, and it's not over the top either. It just goes in line with his character, and it's great stuff. He's doing the best work of his career at New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it rubs me the wrong way at times that people just don't follow the product, and it's easy to follow the product now because it's available, right? You can go to NewJapanWorld.com and just subscribe for $9.99 a month and get some of the best wrestling in the world, and look at these post-match comments and turn on the closed captions and for the Japanese wrestlers, because you don't speak Japanese, you want the English translation, it's there for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might have to wait an extra 12 hours for it, but it's there, you know, and it's available. But back to Jay White. Best damn work possible. Something very poignant in his comments, though. I thought it. And it just makes complete sense. Ever since this whole Kenny Omega going to Impact Pro Wrestling and wanting to be a belt collector and trying to get the band back together, if you will. And it wasn't liked by the present day Bullet Club 2021 guys, especially Tama Tonga, my Tongan brother. Tama been saying they're not real Biz Cliz, they're not real BC. These guys are just trying to ride the coattails and use the name to build themselves up. They're not real Bullet Club anymore. And he even said that about the OGs, Carl Anderson and the Big LG. Now, the Switchblade himself, during his post-match comments, also stated that he's real Bullet Club. He's not out here trying to live off the fame of old and past glories and just use a name to get more buzz in the industry. He's real Bullet Club. They're the real Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling. There is no other Bullet Club. Interesting comments, I would say, from Jay White. More development as I go on through here. Like I said, it's going to be a long one. Fourth match of the night, main event for February 1st and February 2nd. There were 10-man elimination tag team matches. We have members in this particular match for February 1st. We have members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi versus members of the Bullet Club, Jado, El Phantasmo, Taiji Ishimori, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga. So basically, we're building the matches here. 2 sets of matches, really. And we have the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship belt match warm-up between the Dangerous Tekkers and GOD. Then we have probably a rematch that'll happen sometime down the road between Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori. And Doki still wants a piece of Jado. Jado made some post-match comments after February 3rd, basically saying, Doki, you can't even floss on my level. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm not giving you a match. There's just no way. Build your game up. Get better. Get some wins under your belt. Then you can come face Jado. Jado thinking a bit too much of himself at this age. But it is what it is. The master heater is the master heater. Ultimately here, Jado gets the pinfall victory over Tai Chi. The iron fingers were used in order to get the pinfall win over Tai Chi. As Jado and Tai Chi were the last two men in the match after all the eliminations happened. Not going to run through the eliminations because none of the eliminations are leading to anything out of the ordinary in night one, right? Or here on February 1st. The match did take 24 minutes and 1 second to complete. It further along the storylines between everybody who was involved, and that's that particular part. Now, February 2nd, same show breakdown. 4 matches, Young Lions, 582 fans in attendance in Kurikan Hall. Yota Tsuji, Gabriel Kidd, 7 minutes, 21 seconds. Another match, hard hitting. Good fast action between Gabriel Kidd and Tsuji here. Gabriel Kidd getting the win with the double arm suplex over Yota Tsuji. Yet again, Gabriel Kidd going out of his way to talk about challenging Shingo Takagi in the first round of the New Japan Cup. He mentioned in his post-match comments on February 3rd that he went about challenging Shingo in the wrong way. What he had said, he then clarified and said that he respects Shingo, he respects the man, the wrestler, his work ethic, his wrestling style, and that he wants that match. He needs that match. And he's pleading with New Japan Pro Wrestling in order to give him that match. Yota Tsuji yet again in his post-match comments for this particular show, saying and continuing with his plea to New Japan Pro Wrestling about getting his future match with Naito. I want to see it happen. I want to see if the New Japan fan base is as socially active as the WWE and AEW fans and even TNA fans. He's asking for 55,000 likes. I'm not sure. I don't have the information. I could probably pull it up about how many followers New Japan Pro Wrestling has on Twitter. But it would seem that just from a number standpoint, I think 55,000 likes for Yota Tsuji might be a stretch, but Naito is giving him a time period in order to get that done. But New Japan has to okay that tweet of Yota Tsuji challenging Naito in the future. So we'll see what happens and things of that nature. Second match, we had a tag match. Junior heavyweight tag team champions involved here. El Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori run up against Yu Uemura, the Young Lion, and Ryusuke Taguchi. 10 minutes and 45 seconds here. Good match, actually, between all 4 men, which I was surprised at. I thought it was going to be more of a passing tag match, but it was a good challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Yu Uemura, the acting 3 Young Lions are probably my favorite Young Lions in the last 5 to 7 years. So I'm always giving those guys praise. Good work. Taguchi doing his Taguchi stuff. Plenty of hip attacks and dancing antics and stuff like that. Uemura taking the majority of the punishment in the match from the Bullet Club members. Obviously, the Bullet Club members did win this match. Taiji Ishimori winning the match. Here on the website it says with a body press. Not too sure what that necessarily means. because I didn't see him actualize a body press. I'm assuming it was a moonsault or something of that nature. But in any case, Yui Uemura had a Boston Crab locked into Taiji Ishimori. El Phantasmo comes in, kicks the head off of Uemura with the loaded boot. Uemura is out. Taiji Ishimori does a small body press, which is why they said that, and he gets the win after 10 minutes and 45 seconds in this match. So there goes that. Third match of the night, 8-man tag, Master Wato, Sho Tomoaki Hanma, and Kota Ibushi versus Los Cinco Banabas de Japón. Bushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Sanada. Another 15 minutes and 15 seconds. And everyone yet again paired off with their individual feuds and beefs that are going on right now. More of that Tomoaki Hanma fire towards Tetsuya Naito. Sho and Hiromu Takahashi just trying to best one another. Bushi just trying to beat some sense into Master Wato, and Kota Ibushi and Sanada still feeling each other out throughout this match. The Kamigoe was used here for the win. Kota Ibushi put that on Bushi, and there was the result for that. Then the next 10-man elimination tag team match, 27 minutes 10 seconds. We had Chaos members Toru Yano, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and Kazuchika Okada versus Yujiro Takahashi, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, Evil, and the returning Jay White was inserted into this match. And folks, this was an all-out execution by the Bullet Club. The first half of the match, I would say that Chaos was having a good back and forth. But then when Yoshihashi got involved into the match, it just got one-sided. The Bullet Club members took over. They beat the crap out of Yoshihashi. More or less, the Tongan brothers, G.O.D., Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, and Jay White took their liberties on Yoshihashi at the end of the match. Complete brutalization. They hit all of their finishes on Yoshihashi and did not go for the 3 count. They always picked his head up or faked the fact that Yoshihashi would roll his shoulder over and things of that nature. Did not go for the 3 count at all. Just to show the other members of the Chaos faction, especially Tomohiro Ishii, Jay White being just punishing Yoshihashi, and Tomohiro Ishii just not being able to do anything about it. And at the end of it all, Jay White hit the TKO, or completely knocked out, should I say, Yoshihashi, because he couldn't respond to the count. The towel was thrown in by Hiroki Goto to end the match because they were just not letting up on Yoshihashi. It was quite the scene. And then after the bell rung, the Bullet Club members wiped out the rest of the Chaos members. Tomohiro Ishii was left laying. Kazuchika Okada and Evil were still going at it. Yoshihashi was out. Hiroki Goto was neutralized, and Toru Yano was nowhere to be found. It seems like Yujiro Takahashi might be vying for the King of Pro Wrestling 2021 championship against Toru Yano somewhere down the line, because they're more comedic wrestlers at this point in their careers. But outside of that, this was brutal, man. They really brutalized Yoshihashi. He was taken out. There wasn't a stretcher, but at the end of that, he had to be carried out by everybody. So that was tough to see. But Jay White was there trying to prove his point and doing what he had to do in order to basically put some sort of a scare into Tomohiro Ishii. Jay White, post-match commentary, basically saying no one can mess with him. No one's on his level. Tomohiro Ishii should watch his back. And as a matter of fact, he's going to go after what they have. So Jay White inserted himself and the G.O.D. As future contenders for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team championships. This match will be taking place on February 11th. That's been inserted into the card. So it'll be Bullet Club members Jay White, G.O.D., Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga versus Never Openweight 6-man tag team champions Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii. That's gonna be going down. Kazuchika Okada still wants him a piece of Evil. New Japan is not making the match happen for whatever reason. He wants it. Evil wants it. New Japan still not making it happen. And we'll see as to how that goes about and how that transpires. But yeah, a lot of stuff brewing here. A lot of stuff brewing between Chaos and the Bullet Club. Now, February 3rd, last set of matches for Road to New Beginning for this week. 600 fans in attendance. This was a 5-match event. A little bit of a change here. So first match was a tag match. We had Gabriel Kidd and Ryusuke Taguchi versus Yuri Uemura and Yota Tsuji. I've said this before, and I will continue to say it again. If Yuri Uemura and Yota Tsuji are not individualized wrestlers, once they go off into Excursion, they should be put together as a tag team. Those dudes are very fluid. They work very well together as a tag team, and they look very, very good, regardless of them winning or losing or not. They have a great chemistry together, and I think that in the future, they are a shoo-in for IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship contenders once they fully flesh out their characters and individualistic traits. Gabriel Kidd and Ryusuke Taguchi did their thing. Gabriel Kidd putting the beats on Yota Tsuji. Uemura doing his best to take it to Taguchi. Post-match comments made after the match. 8 minutes, 28 seconds. The Dodan. Taguchi put it on Yuri Uemura. Taguchi stated in his post-match comments that it seems like all of the young lions, Gabriel Kidd, Uemura, and Tsuji, are all on another level. They have elevated their game, and that he's got to put in more work and train harder in order for those young lions not to surpass him, because he feels that these young gentlemen are all on a good track to be stars in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Second match of the night, 6-man tag. We had Toru Yano, Tomohiro Ishii, and Kazuchika Okada versus Evil, Jay White, and Yujiro Takahashi of the Bullet Club. 11 minutes and 7 seconds here. Toru Yano wins with the schoolboy roll-up on Yujiro Takahashi after a low blow. This was the reverse of what happened the night before. After the bell rung here, Tomohiro Ishii took it upon himself to beat the crap out of Jay White. On the outside of the ring, Kazuchika Okada completely neutralized Evil. Toru Yano neutralized Yujiro Takahashi. Hiroki Goto was at ringside during commentary after the match was over. Hiroki Goto left his commentary post to attack Jay White and help Tomohiro Ishii beat the crap out of Jay White and Evil and Yujiro Takahashi as well. The nefarious side of those Chaos members came about as they laid out Jay White, Evil, and Yujiro Takahashi. Post-match comments from Kazuchika Okada, very intense, very fired up. Okada basically saying that he wants Evil New Japan, make it happen. And for those of us who know, Kazuchika Okada also stated to New Japan, you know what Naito does when he doesn't get what he wants. You can only imagine what I can do if I don't get what I want. So make this match happen. That match between Evil and Okada. That's probably going to take place on February 11th, because February 11th only has 2 scheduled matches. The Sonata versus Kota Ibushi match, and now the 6-man never openweight tag team match. So I'm feeling like Evil and Okada will probably take place on February 11th as well. Jay White's post-match comments. This was another Oscar-worthy performance of a promo that I've seen. It was a double cut promo. First promo was right after the match, where Jay White was basically saying, where were the young boys? Where were the referees? Because if it was him trying to beat on Ishii after a match, they would be all over him. But when the tables are reversed and the shoe's on the other foot, no one's there to save Jay White. And that is basically the double standard. He did not call it a conspiracy. He just said it was a double standard. And Jay White was irate, man. And it was so believable. It was so fun to watch. It's just him at his best, cutting promo work and stuff like that. And he basically reiterated the challenge for the never openweight 6-man tag team belts with him and God facing off with Tomohiro Ishii, Goto, and Yoshihashi. Evil, with his post-match comments, basically echoing Okada, telling New Japan, "Where's this match? I want this match. Let's get it. Let's make it happen." And that was what happened there. Then we had a regular 10-man tag match. Members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, El Desperado, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi going up against Jado, El Phantasmo, Taiji Ishimori, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga. 12 minutes and 18 seconds here. It was basically the face-off between all the different members here. I already mentioned Jado's post-match comments about Doki. Doki still wants a piece of Jado in a one-on-one singles match. I'm not too sure if we'll get that on February 11th or not. I'm sure we'll get some sort of a tag team title rematch between Phantasmo, Taiji Ishimori, Kanemaru, and El Desperado somewhere down the road. Not on February 11th. Zack Sabre Jr. and Tai Chi, the Dangerous Techers, obviously will be facing off with Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga on February 10th for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship tag team belts. Tai Chi wants his Iron Fingers back. Tama Tonga played a joke or ribbed Tai Chi. He had something in a black sack to begin a match. Tai Chi thinking it was the Iron Fingers, but to no avail when Tai Chi got a hold of the black sack and he unveiled what was in the black sack. It was a roll of toilet paper with a drawing of the Iron Fingers in it. So he got duped. Tama Tonga took the advantage there, and that's how the match started. Tai Chi still looking for those Iron Fingers. He wants a piece of Tama Tonga, and he's going to get it on February 10th. Zack Sabre Jr. cut a post-match promo basically saying that Tai Chi's still looking for those Iron Fingers and that they're the best tag team, not only in New Japan, but in the world. They're going to prove it once they get those Iron Fingers back and those IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships back from GOD. So we will see how that operates. Post-match comments from El Phantasmo, basically another promo cut here about his loaded boot. El Phantasmo showing everybody his foot in a sock, not necessarily showing anybody what's inside of his wrestling boot. And cut a promo there, and he's basically saying that there's no other team in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now who can challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship belts. Because he's right, it's only Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado. Obviously, Sho's got his deal. Yo's not back yet, so Roppongi 3K is not a thing. And I can't think of any other team unless they bring a team from the outside to New Japan to challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Who knows? Anyways, on to the next match. To result this one out, 12 minutes, 18 seconds, El Phantasmo hits the super kick, the loaded boots on Doki to get the win here. And that's how this match ended out. Fourth match of the night, tag team match. We had Sho and Tomoaki Hanma versus Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito of Los Ingobernables de Japón. 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Yet again, Sho and Hiromu Takahashi trying to show each other out. Tomoaki Hanma still wanted a piece of Tetsuya Naito. Naito's post-match comments, I briefly went over them about this match. Naito hit the Destino on Tomoaki Hanma to get the win in this match after 12 minutes and 45 seconds. Tetsuya Naito still playing down Hanma, not giving Hanma any credit. Hanma's not on his level. He's not going to give him a match. Interesting bit though, Tetsuya Naito liked Yota Tsuji's approach about the challenge for a match against him. He is rooting for Yota Tsuji from afar to get those 55,000 likes via the Twitter poll. Tetsuya Naito is actually urging New Japan Pro Wrestling to post that tweet because he thinks that match would be interesting and a good step for Yota Tsuji's growth as a young lion and a wrestler in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Post-match comments for Yota Tsuji and Tomoaki Hanma. Yota Tsuji was actually the young lion who helped Tomoaki Hanma to the back. Hanma had his bit to say about Tetsuya Naito. And it seems that Tomoaki Hanma told Yota Tsuji he's not going to let Yota Tsuji get a match with Tetsuya Naito until he gets a match with Naito. So basically, Yota Tsuji told Hanma, hey, if you want to do this damn thing, if I got to beat you to get to Naito, I'll do that. So it seems that we'll get some sort of a one-on-one match between Tomoaki Hanma and Yota Tsuji. And usually I would say, hey, the veteran wrestler here will get the win. But seeing how or watching the trend once New Japan hopefully posts that tweet for Yota Tsuji to get those 55,000 likes to get that match against Tetsuya Naito, I can see there being a possibility that Yota Tsuji gets the win against Tomoaki Hanma and we get a match down the road, maybe in the first round of the New Japan Cup, much like Gabriel Kidd versus Shingo Takagi. We might get a first round match between Yota Tsuji and Tetsuya Naito at the New Japan Cup. So we might see that happen. So we might see Tetsuya Naito put that time frame for Yota Tsuji to get those 55,000 likes right up until when the New Japan Cup is supposed to start. So pay attention to that. Look out for that as the stories continue to build and unwind. Post-match commentary for Sho and Hiromu Takahashi. Takahashi took it upon himself throughout these 3 shows. Takahashi and Sho. Takahashi wanted to say something to Sho, just between him and Sho, but Kota Ibushi continuously interrupted them. He's been doing that since the previous week, in the last week of January, and then he did it on February 1st, February 2nd. But when they finally finished this match, in particular, Kota Ibushi was in his match, so there was no way Kota Ibushi could interrupt their segment for their promo cut there. Show basically saying that he wants to take that IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship belt away from Takahashi and take it to another level and make the belt a beacon of hope for the people and the fans of New Japan, and to follow him on his ride. Hiromu Takahashi basically giving all praise and revering Sho Tanaka. That is Sho's last name. Hiromu Takahashi took it upon himself to say it in a good way. He continuously told Sho, listen, man, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm trying to give you praise. I'm trying to give you respect. I'm proud of what you've done. I'm proud of what you accomplished. I wanted you to get to my level. I think you've gotten to my level. You're the same Sho Tanaka I've always known. And he continuously said he's saying that in a good way. And then after Takahashi walks away during the promo, Sho says, Tanaka Sho, that's me. But I'm not the same man that you first met. He'll see him on February 10th at that main event match. So that was a good cue there from a promo standpoint. Everybody doing a bang up job, a real good job with their backstage promo work and stuff like that to continuously grow and elevate these matches and keep people intrigued. And then the last match of the night, the main event, Los Ingobernables Japón, Bushi and Sanada versus Master Wato and Kota Ibushi. Master Wato's best match I have seen in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Regardless of singles or tag team, the dude went, he was on another level here. His second level on the way to the Grand Master for me, I'm speaking for myself, is impressive to say none the least. And it's been cool to watch Kota Ibushi and Sonata still feeling each other out. Master Wato and Bushi beating the crap out of each other. Bushi still showing no respect to Master Wato, aka Kawato. And Bushi's basically saying, you're not going to use me as a stepping stone. I'm still above you in the junior heavyweight division, and I'm going to keep you there. But it seems that the way of the Grand Master, Master Wato, didn't even make any post-match comments. He went through he came down the stairs. There was the backing. He says, I'll see you when I see you, Bushi. I'm coming for that ass. And that was it for Wato. I'm embellishing a bit. I think he said like 2 words. But that's the tone that Master Wato gave off. And then Kota Ibushi and Sanada just, highly respecting each other, no attacking each other. Great fluid motion, obviously from the LIJ faction, because they're so used to great team and group work. Ibushi looked crisp. Like I said, Wato looked great to me. 18 minutes, 47 seconds. Sanada wins this time. Skull end on Master Wato. After the match was said and done, Sanada turned the lights down. All the lights were on in Korakuen Hall, And Sonata basically said, I'm giving you folks here at Kurikan Hall an early gift, letting you know that you'll see this exact same thing happen in Hiroshima. The lights will be down, all the phone lights will be on, and you will see a new double champion in Sanada. I am gifting you guys that from now. I love it. I love the confidence. I love the way that he galvanizes the fans and everybody's able to get together. And I understand, Bray Wyatt and the Fireflies and everything else. It might be a rip off of that, but it's a different feel. It's not the same thing. It's not an eerie thing. It's not a cult following thing. It's just Sonata talking to everybody, and then it's like he's talking to everybody in New Japan one-on-one in that field. You know what I'm saying? On some Quiet Storm type tip. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But it's always cool to see. Honestly, from a booking standpoint, I understand Sonata's not going to win his match against Ibushi. But I think, like I said before, it's going to be another 5 to 6 star match. Sonata's going to turn it up just a bit. And he's going to blow some people away in this match. And that's my hope for Sonata, so he can keep building his singles push and his singles run in the year of 2021 here in New Japan. And we might see maybe a newer, fresher version of Sonata in later 2021 or into 2022, so that he can hopefully ascend into that main event spot for good in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So for night 12, which will take place on February 8th, that'll be the last show between before the last two main event shows in Hiroshima. February 8th, we're going to get a 6-man tag match to start off the show. The return of Minoru Suzuki, El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru will be facing off with Gabriel Kidd, Yui Uemura, and Ryusuke Taguchi. We will then get another 6-man tag. We'll have Evil, Jay White, and Yujiro Takahashi versus members of Chaos, Kazuchika Okada, Hiroki Goto, and Tomohiro Ishii. We will see if this match even gets off the ground, because this is a blood feud right now between Jay White and Tomohiro Ishii, and now with Goto's actions on the February 3rd show, and how much of a beef Okada and Evil have, this match might not even ever get started. So let's see how that goes. Then another Bullet Club match, we have Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the GOD, and Jado versus members of Suzuki-gun, Doki, the Dangerous Tekker, Zack Sabre Jr., and Tai Chi. And then we have a tag team match versus members of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito, and Bushi versus Tomoaki Hanma and Master Wato. This should be a cool match to watch. And then the last match, the main event tag match of the night, it'll be Sonata and Hiromu Takahashi versus Kota Ibushi and Sho Tanaka, that is. And that will be the main event on February 8th. To talk about something that took place last week, and I mentioned it on my recording about Jon Moxley appearing on New Japan Strong and attacking Kenta on New Japan Strong. That was recorded back in December. I am a watcher and viewer and fan of a lot of professional wrestling. So I watched AEW Dynamite yesterday, Wednesdays, as they usually do. And as a matter of fact, bullshit, I didn't get to watch it. I was actually busy, but I caught the highlights on social media between Instagram and YouTube. And then I watched the show this morning on Thursday. So I knew what happened. Case in point, Kenta appeared on AEW television on Dynamite after the main event 6-man tag team match. That was Jon Moxley and 2/3 of the Death Triangle, Pac and Rey Fenix. Big ups to Pac and Rey Fenix. Those guys are freaking amazing. For people who don't think so, you're smoking dope. And the Big LG, Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers, and Kenny Omega, that fracture of the Bullet Club was on display. Great match. to say the least. But after the match was over, after Jon Moxley hit the paradigm shift, if I'm not mistaken, right? They got the win. I might be mistaken. I don't know. But anyways, after the match was over, whatever the case is, Kenta came out of the crowd. He jumped Jon Moxley, and he unveiled himself. And everybody was going apeshit. To add to that particular angle, Kenny Omega was elated to see Kenta come through. Don Callis on commentary. Don Callis is a freaking genius, by the way, to tell you the most, folks. You could hear it in Don Callis's inflection in his voice and in his tone. Yeah, he might have sounded confident in the fact that Kenta came out, and Tony Schiavone said something to the extent of, what is going on here? And Don Callis said, you should be thanking me. This is what's going on because this is what needs to be going on. But you heard like the slight crack in Don Callis' voice. Don Callis had no idea Kenta was showing up. Don Callis had nothing to do with what happened in the ring after that match. Don Callis has no control over Kenta. Why would you say that I'm saying that? Post-match, internet exclusive, social media exclusive, basically has Kenny Omega and Kenta walking towards the parking lot area of Daly's place, or whatever the case is. And Kenta basically says to Kenny Omega, excuse my French, tells Kenny Omega, shut the fuck up. I'm not here to help you. I'm here to beat Jon Moxley. To twist it even a little bit more, Kenny Omega outright mentioned Jay White's name. Kenny Omega said, hey man, Jay White didn't tell me he was sending anybody over from Japan to help us out. Why would Jay White have anything to say to Kenny Omega? He's not real Bullet Club. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a continuing storyline, a brewing storyline that everybody has to pay attention to across all these different companies. AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and even Impact. So stay tuned, dudes. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because what I felt was going to happen, my premonition, my projection, my speculation, because I don't have anybody on the inside. I don't know any wrestlers who work at New Japan or AEW or Impact. But logic dictates exactly when I want it to happen. And I've been saying this for years. I'm not saying that the WWE has to be beat. But if other wrestling companies want to compete on any level and create a buzz for themselves, they can't do it by themselves. And in the to make a simple breakdown, the WWE bought all these different wrestling companies since the 80s, right? The AWA, the USWA, World Class Championship Wrestling, Gulf Coast Championship Wrestling, WCW, you name it, the WWE bought it, right? And Vince McMahon owns all of their tape libraries, and he was able to funnel in some of their talent, some not, but whatever have you, right? From the 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s. It is now should be the mission statement for the wrestling companies outside of the WWE to work together in order to give themselves more of a buzz, cross-pollinate their talents and their audiences, to give the wrestling business a bigger buzz, to spotlight their wrestlers, and just to make more stars out of pro wrestlers, and to give guys more places to work, right? It's important, not only for the guys but for the fans as well, to have a variety of different types and styles of wrestling to watch. And I just wanted to put that out there because I feel like this is where we're heading with just this simple storyline. On the True Heel Heat Instagram page, I made my own comment. If y'all want to go check it out, y'all could check it out in the comment section from the last post. Basically saying that nobody ever believes the guy on YouTube, right? Everybody always talking about, well, that guy spitting hot air. He's just a fanboy. He don't know what he's talking about. I might not know what I'm talking about, but good business is good business. And if you want to be able to grow your business, and you understand that you're not going to be able to do it by yourself, help is always necessary. So if you have a fan base here that's not equal to your fan base, why not join the fan bases? Another company here, their fan base is different than this fan base and this fan base. Let's join 3 fan bases together. And the NWA as well, or whatever other wrestling, MLW, whatever other wrestling companies you want to join up together and stuff like that, they can get together as well and build up that talent and work all amongst each other to help build each other's brands, not to compete with the WWE. Nobody's going to compete with that freaking conglomerate corporation monster, right? I'm just saying to spotlight the industry, to give people that variety and difference in style to watch. And I think this is a good thing. And Kenta making that appearance on AEW TV is the foot in the door. Has the proverbial door been open? I say it's a foot in the door, but I also say this door is going to be busted wide open in due time. This has to be a slow burn. This has to be done right. You can't go on this mission, on this ride, and do it overkill style. Do not take the WWE approach to this shit. Take a very long-term storytelling approach to this. Do it in bits and pieces. No overkill. Because it's not necessary. It is just really, really not. Take your time with it. Fans are already invested. Keep them invested. Give them bits and pieces here and there and whatnot. And you'll see what I mean when I say that this door is going to be busted open by the time 2021 is over. So that's that. We also have, after Kenta's entrance and debut on AEW TV, next week on Dynamite, set for February 20. So for February 26th, the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship match is set between Kenta and Moxley on New Japan Strong. Kenta interfered on AEW Dynamite last night. Now, on February 10th, which is next Wednesday, we have a tag match, which will have the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley, teaming with the Murder Hawk monster himself, Lance Archer, against Kenny Omega and Kenta. So fans will be in on this for February 10th. Hopefully the ratings spike and people watch that show, that AEW Dynamite show, with Kenta being a part of the main event. We then have some other news from New Japan. Like I said, folks, my bad for taking so long, but I wanted to get all this news out and be as specific as possible, because this is J News. Big time news for New Japan. New Japan partners with Roku channel in the US, Canada, and the UK. So starting on February 11th, New Japan Pro Wrestling is going to have a 1-hour television show beginning on 5 p.m. on the Roku channel every Thursday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. The Roku channel airs in the US, UK, and Canada, so you'll be able to catch 1 hour of New Japan Pro Wrestling matches and edited together content that'll air every Thursday at 5 p.m. on the Roku channel, and that'll be starting on February 11th. That is a big deal because it hits major markets like America, Canada, and the UK, and that's also going to be available on video on demand after the 5 p.m. Airing. So that'll give New Japan Pro Wrestling a shot to grow their American, Canadian, and UK fan bases to give them that potential growth going into the future. And I also read and heard via podcasts and other articles as well that New Japan is working on another deal with Pluto TV as well to reach even more homes, because Pluto TV is in even more homes than Roku TV is, as the Roku channel is. So once, and that's just speculation as of right now, that hasn't been made official. So once that Pluto TV deal gets official, I'll be make sure to let you guys know, because New Japan's working on some stuff, man, and it's good, man. It's good stuff. It's good exposure for them across all these major streaming services and channel listings in America, Canada, and the UK. So I just wanted to mention all that to you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. As you can tell, it was a lot of information for me to get out, but at the same time, it was necessary for me to make sure that everyone knows how the stories are going, how the stories are forming, and how everything is coming together. Thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for the positive comments. Thank you for listening. Be good to one another. Stay safe out there, folks. And stay wrestling fans, alright? I'm about this. I'll see you on the flip. Always remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. This has been your good brother J News. I'm about this, y'all. Peace.